1 month ago, on February 28, 2026, the world woke up to war. At exactly 9:45 a.m., Tehran time, the first Tomahawk missiles slammed into Iranian command centers. Israeli jets screamed overhead. In just 12 hours, nearly 900 coordinated strikes tore through the country. Operation Epic Fury, the Americans called it. Operation Roaring Lion for the Israelis. Supreme Leader Ali Khamenei was dead, assassinated in a precision decapitation strike, along with top generals and members of his own family. The former U.S. Embassy in Tehran, long turned into a museum, took a direct hit. 2 MQ-9 Reaper drones were downed near Isfahan. The highest bridge in the Middle East, the B-1 between Tehran and Karaj, collapsed into rubble. 8 people confirmed dead in that strike alone. CNN called it the most serious escalation since the brief June 2025 flare-up. BBC cameras captured live plumes of black smoke rising over the Iranian capital. Reuters confirmed the synchronized wave. B-2 stealth bombers, B-1 Lancers, B-52s, F-35s, and 200 Israeli jets. Data point. One girl's school in Minab, southern Iran, was completely obliterated. 180 children and staff gone in a single strike. Another sports hall in Lamard, 18 girls killed mid-practice. That is not collateral damage. That is the cold opening salvo of a war that was planned to the minute. But Iran did not fold. At 9 a.m. UTC that same day, Tehran fired back. 170 ballistic missiles and Shahed drones launched toward Tel Aviv, Haifa, Al Udeid Air Base in Qatar, and bases across Kuwait, the UAE, Bahrain, and Saudi Arabia. 1 civilian woman killed in Tel Aviv, 27 injured. Bahrain's 5th Fleet headquarters rocked by impact. Kuwait International Airport struck. Explosions reported near the Burj Khalifa, 4 injured in Dubai. Jordan shot down 2 incoming projectiles. Most were intercepted, but the message was unmistakable. We will bleed you on every front. The Strait of Hormuz, carrying 20% of the planet's oil, was slammed shut. Iran began charging tolls in Chinese yuan. 150 tankers sat stalled. Oil prices spiked overnight. Global markets shuddered. Fox News ran the Chiron. Iran holds the world hostage. Al Jazeera broadcast Iranian state media declaring true promise to war, payback for every proxy war, every assassination, every sanction. That was day 1. And if you think the first 24 hours were brutal, the numbers only got colder from there. Week 1, February 28th to March 6th. The Blitz. U.S. and Israeli strikes hit 20 provinces in the first 72 hours. The human rights monitors cited by Reuters and BBC logged 72 separate attacks on March 1st alone. 15 military bases, 7 civilian sites, 5 hospitals. Tehran's Revolutionary Court flattened. Explosions rocked the area near Azadi Stadium. F-4 and F-5 jets destroyed on the ground. IRGC intelligence chief Mohammad Basseri killed. Faraja head Gholam Reza Rezaian dead. Sky News reported power outages cascading across northern Iran. Iran answered with barrages that breached Israeli defenses. A Beit Shemesh synagogue took a direct hit, 9 dead, 65 wounded. Jerusalem struck. THAAD radars in Jordan and Saudi Arabia damaged. Drones slammed a French base in Lebanon and a tanker off Oman. 1 Indian-Iranian crewman dead. An AWS data center in the UAE went dark, power cuts rippling through the region. Hezbollah entered the fight on March 2nd. Rockets rained into northern Israel. The IDF responded with 70 targets hit in Beirut's southern suburbs in the Bekaa Valley. Hezbollah intelligence chief Hussein Makhlid killed. Lebanese casualties climbed past 50 in 48 hours. By March 3rd, the war had 9 active fronts. Iran, Israel, Lebanon, Iraq, Gulf states, Cyprus, and Yemen, already signaling entry. Casualty data, per Iranian Red Crescent and cross-checked by Al Jazeera, topped 500 dead inside Iran by day 4. The U.S. lost 6 service members early, CENTCOM confirmed. Israel called up 70,000 reservists and declared a nationwide state of emergency. President Trump, speaking first from Mar-a-Lago, then aboard Air Force One, projected the operation would take 4 to 5 weeks. Reuters pinned the exact order time, 3 to 38 p.m. Eastern on February 27th. Operation Epic Fury is approved, no aborts. By March 5th, Mojtaba Khamenei, the son, was named Supreme Leader. The Assembly of Experts met under fire. Iran's strategy, according to analysis carried across BBC and Reuters, was clear. Widen the arena, bleed the economy, outlast the bombardment. Fars News quoted IRGC commanders vowing crushing retaliation. Tasnim News broadcast footage of missile launchers repositioning under cover of night. Remember that first decapitation strike? It was only the beginning. The data shows Iran was already preparing its asymmetric response while the smoke still rose over Tehran. Week 2, March 7th to March 13th. Attrition set in and the Strait crisis deepened. Strikes intensified on Natanz, the nuclear site. IAEA confirmed entrance buildings hit, no radiological leak yet, but the message was sent. South Pars gas field raided on March 14th. Israeli special forces and Mossad ground operations were reported, details still classified. 10 intelligence sites inside Tehran hit by the IDF. Iranian retaliation numbers compiled from open-source tracking and CENTCOM data cited by Wikipedia timelines and Reuters, 1,252 ballistic missiles, and 2,328 drones launched in the first 2 weeks alone. Gulf oil infrastructure burned. Ras Tanura refinery in Saudi Arabia hit by debris, fire contained but visible from space. Qatar LNG halted temporarily. The tanker Stina Imperative ablaze off Bahrain. The Strait of Hormuz crisis turned into an economic chokehold. Iran mined approaches. Shipping insurance rates exploded. Oil hit $114 a barrel. CNN live updates warned of fuel rationing fears across Asia. Trump threatened power plants if the strait stayed closed. "We have the capability to go far longer," he said. BBC captured the exact shift in tone. Lebanon escalated fast. Israeli strikes killed over 1,100 by mid-month, according to Lebanese health ministry data cited by CNN. Hezbollah rockets forced millions of Israelis into shelters. Houthis in Yemen signaled support on March 5th and began launching missiles toward Israel by late in the week. Casualties mounted with clinical precision. Iran, 1,200-plus military and civilian dead. Israel, 23 civilians, 11 soldiers. Regional allies, UAE, 12 dead, Kuwait 9, Qatar 4. Total across all fronts approaching 3,400 killed per aggregated HRANA and Red Crescent figures reported live by Al Jazeera. Those are not abstract numbers. Those are funerals happening right now. And if you thought week 1 was intense, week 2 proved the war had settled into a grinding multi-front reality. Every missile launch carried a price tag. Every downed drone carried a human cost. Week 3, March 14th to March 20th. Leadership decapitated, economy bleeding out. On March 17th, Ali Larijani, the pragmatic former speaker, was assassinated. IRGC Navy Commander Ali Reza Tangsiri, the key figure behind the strait closure, confirmed killed later that week. Israel claimed the hit. Iran replaced him with Mohammed Bagher Zolgadar, a pure IRGC loyalist. Fars News called it the blood price of resistance. Strikes now targeted steel plants, petrochemical facilities, pharmaceutical factories, some allegedly tied to chemical precursor production, according to Israeli briefings carried by Fox News. A century-old medical research center in Tehran was leveled. Bridges collapsed across the country. Electricity grids faltered. Tehran became a ghost city. Internet blackouts lasted 60 hours at their peak. Iran kept firing anyway. 5 missile salvos in a single day late in the week, 1 10-missile barrage among the largest yet. Cluster munitions landed in central Israel, 14 wounded near Tel Aviv, including an 11-year-old girl whose photo ran across every network. Al Jazeera video showed projectiles falling over residential neighborhoods. Global reaction was swift and divided. UN Secretary-General Guterres condemned the initial strikes as illegal. UN Security Council Resolution 2817 slammed Iran's Gulf attacks. Europe deployed forces to Cyprus after the Akrotiri base was hit. China condemned the aggression. Russia warned of broader fallout. Trump's messaging shifted again, per Reuters tracking. From hints of regime change to "we've knocked out their Navy and Air Force." Fox News highlighted his Kentucky speech. "We won, but we're not finished yet." The data told a different story. Oil still above $100, the strait still contested, casualties still climbing. By the end of week 3, Iranian dead topped 1,750, according to CNN reporting. Lebanese toll passed 1,100 from Israeli strikes since March 2nd. U.S. costs already at $18 billion by March 19th, Pentagon requesting a $200 billion supplemental. Those numbers do not lie, they accumulate. Week 4, March 21st through April 3rd, day 35. The grind. By day 27, CNN reported over 1,750 dead inside Iran. Lebanese casualties continued their climb. Trump, in early April speeches, claimed core strategic objectives nearing completion. "We have destroyed the Iranian military," he said. The war could wrap in 2 to 3 weeks. Iran's Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi responded, "Trust in negotiations is at 0. President Masoud Pezeshkian released an open letter to the American people questioning their leader's motives. Tasnim News carried the full text. Latest strikes, as reported by Al Jazeera on days 34 and 35. U.S. Israeli forces hit steel plants in Isfahan, a medical center and bridge inside Tehran. CENTCOM released video of drone and missile launcher kills. Iran launched fresh waves at Israel, 14 wounded near Tel Aviv again. Kuwait airport fire from debris. Bahrain, UAE, and Saudi Arabia downed more incoming projectiles. Total Iranian dead now at least 2076 killed, 26,500 wounded according to Iranian Red Crescent and Al Jazeera tallies. Israel, 24 killed total. Hezbollah losses in the hundreds. PMF militias in Iraq, dozens. Economic body count, global oil disruption the largest since the 1970s. Aviation routes grounded, food prices climbing on fertilizer shortages. Asia, east of the Gulf, already rationing fuel. Here are the numbers that do not lie. 2,076 confirmed dead in Iran. 6,668 structures damaged per HRANA. Israel under repeated barrages, millions in shelters through Passover. The Strait still a flashpoint. Oil at triple digits. Trump projecting victory while Iran vows crushing broader, more destructive retaliation. 1 month in, and the objectives are nearing completion according to the White House. But Tehran says its military remains intact and ready. Missiles still fly. The Strait is still contested. Casualties keep climbing. Global markets keep shaking. This is not ancient history. This is now April 3rd, 2026, day 35. The war that began with a surprise decapitation strike at 9:45 a.m. Tehran time has become a grinding multi-front attrition campaign. U.S. and Israeli air superiority is undeniable. Iranian asymmetric response, missiles, drones, proxies, and that economic chokehold on the Strait remains persistent. BBC asked the question everyone is whispering, how long can this go? Reuters maps show the energy arteries still bleeding. Fox tracked Trump's shifting timelines. 4 to 5 weeks became 2 to 3. CNN live blogs captured the human cost in real time. Funerals in Tehran, shelters in Tel Aviv, fires in Gulf ports. Iran's new Supreme Leader Ali Khamenei doubled down. IRGC commands the streets. Reports of child soldiers as young as 12 mobilized, one 11-year-old killed at a checkpoint, rights groups documented, regional allies fractured, some Gulf states intercepting Iranian fire while quietly urging de-escalation. Houthis testing the Red Sea again. Hezbollah still trading blows in Lebanon, and the world watches the oil price ticker like a heart monitor. 1 month ago, the first missiles flew. 1 month later, the sky is still burning. The data says we are not done. The footage says the war is nowhere near finished. Stay with me. The cold facts are the only thing that has not changed. Every strike, every retaliation, every number, we will keep tracking them. Because in this war, the numbers are the story, and the story is still being written in fire.